While you were reading this morning's headlines about market volatility and interest rates, 3 of your competitors just onboarded their 100th AI-powered customer this week. They're processing loans in minutes, not days. They're predicting customer needs before customers even know they have them, and they're capturing market share that used to be yours, one digital interaction at a time. I'm Victoria Sterling, AI business strategist with Advanedge Consulting. If you're a banking executive or Fintech professional, what I'm about to share will either terrify you or transform how you think about your institution's future. Because right now, there's a $2.7 million opportunity sitting in your market, and most traditional banks can't even see it. Here's what's happening. The gap between traditional banking and digital-first competitors isn't just widening. It's becoming a chasm. Every day your institution operates with legacy processes, digital natives are capturing customers who used to walk through your doors. They're not just competing on rates anymore. They're competing on experience, speed, and intelligence. And frankly, most traditional institutions are losing. Let me paint you a picture of what we're seeing across the industry. An institution we worked with recently came to us frustrated. They had strong customer relationships, solid financials, great community presence, but their loan approval process was taking 2 weeks while digital competitors were approving similar loans in under an hour. Their customers weren't just getting impatient, they were leaving. This isn't an isolated story. We're seeing this pattern repeat across institutions of all sizes. The problem isn't that traditional banks lack resources or talent. The problem is that most institutions are trying to compete in a digital world using analog strategies. They're investing in technology, but not transformation. Here's what most banks are missing. That $2.7 million opportunity I mentioned, it's not a single transaction or deal. It's the compound value of digital transformation done right. We've calculated this number based on efficiency gains, customer acquisition improvements, risk reduction benefits, and competitive positioning advantages our clients experience within their first 18 months of comprehensive modernization. But here's the concerning part. Institutions we work with tell us they didn't realize how far behind they'd fallen until they started seeing the data. One bank executive recently told us, "We thought we were keeping up because we had mobile banking and online account opening. We had no idea our competitors were using AI to predict which customers were likely to refinance their mortgages 6 months before those customers even started shopping." The institutions thriving in today's market aren't just digitizing their existing processes. They're fundamentally reimagining how banking works. They're using artificial intelligence to transform everything from customer onboarding to risk assessment. They're leveraging blockchain for secure, instant transactions. They're implementing predictive analytics that turn customer data into competitive advantage. And here's where it gets interesting. The technology enablers are more accessible than ever. The big 3 core banking providers, Fiserv, Jack Henry, and FIS, collectively serve about 70% of U.S. banks. These platforms now offer AI-ready infrastructure that can support sophisticated automation and analytics. But having access to the technology isn't the same as knowing how to implement it strategically. We're seeing successful institutions approach this transformation systematically. They start with core banking modernization, not just updating their systems, but architecting them for intelligence. When an institution migrates from legacy core systems to modern platforms like those offered by Fiserv, Jack Henry, or FIS, they're not just improving processing speed. They're creating the foundation for AI-driven decision-making. Then they layer in specialized systems that amplify their competitive positioning. Take lending, for example. Institutions implementing best-in-class loan origination systems like Abrigo are seeing remarkable transformations in their lending workflows. Abrigo helps institutions make faster, smarter lending decisions by streamlining the entire origination process. We've watched banks cut their loan processing time by 60%, while actually improving their risk assessment accuracy. That's the power of purpose-built systems working in harmony with modernized core infrastructure. But the real transformation happens when these systems start talking to each other intelligently. We recently helped an institution integrate their modernized core platform with their loan origination system and overlay AI-powered analytics. The result? They can now identify potential borrowers before those customers even submit applications, pre-qualify them based on existing relationship data, and present personalized loan offers through digital channels. The blockchain integration adds another layer of competitive advantage. Institutions we work with are using blockchain not just for cryptocurrency transactions, but for instant settlement of traditional payments, fraud-resistant identity verification, and smart contracts that automate complex financial agreements. One institution told us their blockchain-enabled wire transfers now settle in minutes instead of hours, giving them a significant advantage in commercial banking relationships. Digital payments represent perhaps the most immediate opportunity. The institutions winning in this space aren't just accepting digital payments. They're creating digital payment experiences that keep customers engaged within their ecosystem. Mobile wallets, instant peer-to-peer transfers, embedded payment solutions for business clients. These aren't future technologies anymore. They're current competitive requirements. So how do forward-thinking institutions actually implement these transformations? First, they audit their current technology stack honestly. Not just asking, does this work? But, does this enable intelligence and speed? Most institutions discover their systems are more fragmented than they realized. Next, they prioritize integrations that deliver immediate customer experience improvements. We typically recommend starting with loan origination, modernization, because it delivers visible results quickly. When customers can apply for loans digitally and receive decisions in real time, they notice immediately. Then comes the systematic rollout of AI capabilities, customer service chatbots that actually solve problems, predictive analytics that identify cross-selling opportunities, risk assessment algorithms that improve approval rates while reducing defaults. This is where that $2.7 million opportunity really materializes. At Advanedge, we help institutions navigate this transformation strategically. We handle the system integrations that make different platforms work together seamlessly. We guide the regulatory navigation because compliance can't be an afterthought in financial services innovation. We architect digital payment solutions that turn transactions into relationship-building opportunities. The institutions that will thrive in the next decade are the ones making these moves right now, not planning to make them, not studying them, making them. Because while transformation takes time, competitive positioning happens in real time. Every day you operate with yesterday's technology is another day your competitors are capturing tomorrow's customers. This isn't about abandoning everything that makes traditional banking valuable. It's about amplifying those strengths with digital intelligence. Your customer relationships, your community presence, your risk management expertise. These become even more powerful when supported by modern technology infrastructure. The future belongs to institutions that adapt. Not eventually, now. The window is open, but not for long.